Welcome back to The Goodness Habit, where joy is a muscle and we're learning how to flex it. I'm your host, Hanna, and today I'm going to tell you why you should love and embrace the mind-numbing, insane driving repetitions of motherhood. Do you know what I mean? The snacks, the hard bedtime routines, the fights over, dinner, the fights over what they want to eat, what they don't want to eat, the snacks, the same questions over and over again, the snacks, the same sibling arguments, the snacks. Can you tell what my trigger is? But something hit me the other day, and I want to share and propose something to you that might also be surprising to you and actually help you see the mundane repetitions of motherhood, whether stress-inducing or not, a little bit differently. And I hope by the end of this episode, you'll realize that is actually one of the most powerful brain rewiring gifts God could have ever given us. And it's so special and unique to parents. I mean, you could say God loves moms a little bit more. So let's be honest. Sometimes being a mom can feel like you're stuck in a loop. And it doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom, a full-time working mom, part-time working, whatever. There is a lot of repetition in motherhood, whether it's helping your kids get out the door for school, whether it's cleaning up spilled milk for the 150th time. Maybe it's trying to get out of work on time every Tuesday so that you can go home and get your kid to sports practice. It can honestly feel like you're stuck in a loop or you're running on this hamster wheel. And there are certainly ways to ease some of those burdens, but there's always going to be some degree of repetition. Maybe those repetitions change, like if you have a toddler, maybe it's toddler tantrums. I mean, that's not going to last forever. But as you go through those repetitions, I want you to start thinking about this. Repetition is how the brain changes. And if we want to change our brains towards joy, towards more calm, towards more peace, so that overflows into the way we parent, we need those repetitions. Our brains learn through repetition. It's not intensity. It's not occasional inspiration. It's not one powerful sermon on Sunday. Yeah, those things can give you a boost of joy, but true unshakable joy is practiced. It doesn't happen just once. Every time you think a thought, respond a certain way, speak in a certain tone, you're reinforcing a neural pathway in your brain. That's neuroplasticity. So when motherhood feels repetitive, when you feel like you're just doing things over and over and you're driving yourself insane, know that is not wasted time. That's a training ground. You're practicing responses thousands of times. You're wiring patience, you're wiring tone, wiring perspective, wiring resilience. Or on the flip side, if you're not careful, you're wiring irritation, you're wiring more stress, resentment, reactivity. And we don't have to get it right every time. By the grace of God, you will get another chance because toddlers usually have more than one tantrum. So instead of seeing motherhood as, why do I have to do this again? Why do I have to deal with this again? What if you saw it as, I get to practice this again? So I responded poorly last time. Great, here's another opportunity to practice it again. God could have designed children differently. He could have made them instantly mature. He could have made them self-sufficient at age 2. He could have made us like animals. Deer typically leave their moms around 6 months old. For birds, it's like 2 weeks. Can you imagine if mothering was that short? I mean, I barely had a handle on anything when my baby was 2 weeks old. So instead of God designing motherhood as this short, efficient training program like out there in the wild, He created children to develop slowly. He created them to need repetition. And He created you with a brain that changes through that repetition. That's not an accident. God doesn't make accidents. He does it by design. So if we use all those repetitive moments as a training ground, imagine how much more resilient, how strong we would all be. So every time you pause before snapping, you're rewiring. You're letting your prefrontal cortex come online before letting your amygdala take over. Every time you soften your voice instead of escalating, you're rewiring. Every time you whisper, be still, release your grip, you're rewiring. Every time your negativity bias tells you something's wrong, you're doing something wrong, and it's not true because you've assessed it. You've asked yourself, is that actually true? Where's the evidence? You are rewiring. Now let's get honest. Let's go to the flip side. Repetition can also reinforce your negative pathways. So if you rehearse frustration daily, that pathway strengthens. If you're always reacting without pausing first, that pathway strengthens. If you rehearse comparison daily, that pathway strengthens. There are two sides to this, so this is why awareness matters. Motherhood, it's gonna give you the reps. but you still have to choose what you practice. So the ultimate question really is, what are you rehearsing in your mind? Are you rehearsing, I can't handle this, I can't do this, I'm a terrible mom? Or, it's okay. With God's help, I can grow here. It's okay, I had a bad moment, I'm not a bad mom. Are you rehearsing, this is all pointless? Or, this is all forming me? So tomorrow, when you're running around doing all the things that you do every single day, when you answer the same question for the 150th time, when you walk through the bedtime routine again and again and you have to put the kids back into bed 55 times, remember, you're not stuck. You're just practicing, and practicing changes you. If you're enjoying the Goodness Habit podcast, I'd love it if you'd rate the show wherever you're listening. Thanks so much, my friend, and don't ever forget, not every day is good, but there is good in every day.